Testing, testing, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. When I was a young warthog. Hey everybody, welcome back to the AlphaGinger show, and today I got a little gripe. I'm gonna rant a little bit, okay? So deal with me here. So recently, I just discovered this new fad thing, this trend that everyone, well, specifically females, are doing on Instagram or just for any photos that they want to share with their friends. And that is wearing what I guess it's called fake freckles. For those of you that aren't aware of what fake freckles are, it is a growing trend where people are putting fake, like, freckles, I mean, pretty self-explanatory, fake freckles on their face. Now, I don't have an issue per se with this whole fad, because I think it's cool that freckles are in the forefront of like beauty and like pictures now, because that's dope. I grew up thinking freckles for the longest time were a burden and they made me look awkward. But look at me now. But anyways, like I was saying, I don't have an issue with the actual trend, more so with the actual execution of it. Because see, freckles are a scientific anomaly. They're a phenomenon that shows up on your skin one day when you're standing out in the sun way too long, and you're like, oh no, what is that blotch? Am I dying? No, you actually are protecting yourself from the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays, because freckles are melanin and they rise to the top of your skin to protect you. It's there to protect you. You may not think it for the longest time, but it is. But anyways, you can't determine where they're coming in at, okay? I mean, if you're out in the sun showing your arms off all the time, they're gonna show up on your arms. And it sucks, but you have no control on where on your arms they're gonna show up. So, for instance, if you could see on my arm, like past the hair, sorry for the hair, but there's a million freckles there. There's a million. And I had no choice on where any of them came in at. They just decided one day, yo, bro, we're here to protect you. Let us in. And I'm like, okay, you look a little weird, but cool. And I may not look like I have a lot of freckles on my face right now, but if you look at some old photos of me, cue the old photos of me, you will see that growing up, my face was just a disaster of freckles, just a wasteland of freckles, and they just were everywhere. Over time, they've faded, and now my skin looks a little more tan than I could ever have wished for. But I can't say the same for like my arms or my legs or my chest, because woof. And let me take a brief moment to explain more freckles real quick, because this is how Freckles and I relationship are. Okay, so I was out in the sun for like maybe an hour one day when I was on spring break. And on spring break, you're on the beach, right? Sometimes you're like having fun on the beach. And you're not wearing foot protection because why would you on a beach? It makes no sense. Well, and on top of that, I was wearing sunscreen. But Lord behold, top of my feet now have like 10 or 15 massive blotchy freckles because they decided to one day. Where's that in the fake freckle trend? I need to be seeing foot freckles trending on Twitter and in the fake freckle fandom club or whatever you want to call it. Okay, I'm getting sidetracked. Back to the main topic though, the execution of fake freckles is disastrous from what I've seen. I've watched a couple tutorials on how to apply them to your face. They're mainly to the face. And they're just not well placed. I'm sorry, I'm gonna be honest. And they don't look real either. That's what gets me. That's the bad part. So I have some critiques that I hope maybe some tutorialists that love making videos about fake freckles, or people that just like to wear fake freckles, will take. Please take these critiques from me, okay? So, number one, don't make them symmetrical on your face, okay? Just go to town. Just start flicking them or whatever you do to get them on your face. Just go to town. Don't try to be fancy with it. Don't try to be like, oh, if I put one freckle right here with a 90-degree radius from the one on the other cheek, it'll really define the sunlight coming at me, and it'll really make the 45th freckle right here really pop. Don't do that. Just flick a bunch of little brownish orange dots on your face and call it a day. And number 2, I already kind of mentioned the color. Okay, so some people have dark freckles. Some people have very light freckles. And depending on how long you've had freckles for, they can fade or they can get darker, depending on how much sun you get. So my advice to you is to go with the good middle ground, because these pictures of people wearing these like dark brown freckles on their face, now, some people have them. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying they don't look very believable, and they look very, very forced. Now, I have a sister, and she only gets freckles on the bridge of her nose. A lot of people have this issue, and I can say without a doubt, they're not dark brown blotches. They're more of a, like a, what do you want to call it? A brownish tan color, but it's very light brownish tan, if you get what I'm saying. But not like poop brown. Ain't no poop brown freckles on anybody's faces. Ain't I've ever seen, at least. I don't need to be getting hate from anybody about this, okay? Because I live with freckles every day, and they're natural. So people in the fake freckle community don't backlash at me for being all fussy and saying, oh, you don't like freckles. I love freckles. I've grown to love them. I've had them for near 25 years now. So I'm kind of an expert at like showing off my freckles, okay? Like I wear colors that really make my freckles pop and stand out. So like, get off my back, if you know what I'm saying. Also, if you want some like references or like a background for my freckles, let's just talk about this real quick, because I am a reigning, defending, undisputed, retired at the top of my field freckle competition winner. Okay? Just want to point this out. Back in the day when I was a wee little lad like this tall, because I'm not very tall as it is, so like that's still pretty short. I won freckle competitions when I was younger because I have a lot of them. So again, I don't want to like sway people from being a part of this fake freckle trend. I think it's cool. Let those freckles show. I just want them to be more believable. That's all. So get your mad freckle game on. I don't care. Just do it better. Or don't do it. I don't know. I'm not telling you what to do. Be you. But that is this week's episode. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button below. Also, comment on if you like this style of video. I might do more in the future. And make sure that you subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos whenever you want me to. I've really lost touch on my schedule. I'm going to be perfectly honest. But I try to put them out as often as possible. So, with that being said, don't quit your daydream. Adios.